So you have me and you have my lady, and we chilling on a hilltop, ready for action. Like, doesn't this seem like the cover photo for your life? You and your significant other against the world, against the elements, against all the evils that are out there that we're getting ready to go do something to. It's just me and her against the world, me and my lady. And yes, she does remind me quite a bit of my wife because she's a murderer. I've said that on a couple of shows. And welcome back to the Bryant Chambers movement, friends. To the Collector vs. Wild show, brought to you by Bryant Chambers, the brain supreme here at the Bryant Chambers movement. None of this is real. That's the premise for today's show. None of this is real. What do I mean by that? Well, at the end of the day, this Bryant Chambers movement is Collector versus Wild. At the end of everything, as far as what's happening on the internet is concerned, this is a show, first and foremost. Now, the purpose of this show may be to empower, may be to give strength. It may be to help people be more disciplined, to be more knowledgeable, right? To have a desire and ambition and willingness to go out into the world and endure the pain that comes with having a dream. Right, that may be the purpose. The purpose may be for me to just have, if whatever small positive impact I can have on a life, I want to do that with every show that I put on. Whether it's entertainment, whether I'm teaching somebody something that's important for their life. Right? And I mix the two. Right? So the purpose of this show may very well be to empower and to inspire and to engage people in a positive way. But the medium of almost every piece of content that I produce, not always, but almost always, 90% of the time, the medium is entertainment. The medium is entertainment. Right? And the reason why any of this is important to any of you listening to me is because I foresee a possible future. I actually hope this doesn't happen. It's very possible that it will. Where the things that I'm saying, because they can be profound, they can be provocative, they can be funny at times, depending on your sense of humor. Inevitably, they can also, unfortunately, be offensive, even though they're not intended to be. And we live in a world where never before have people in so many numbers taken up the career of being professionally offended. And my theory behind the professionally offended people here in the world, we got some killing to do. Stand by. I'll come back to talking here in a second. You guys want to help a brother out here? I just unloaded a clip on these hoes. And y'all just gonna stand there and watch me get killed, I guess. You know what? Just Ubisoft, for the last time in this series that I love so much. Well, I love it after Wildlands. I don't like any of the Ghost Recons before Wildlands. Particularly because of what I'm about to say. Can you just, if I'm in a firefight, can my team please help me without me having to tell them to? I get what you're trying to do with this game. You're trying to give me ultimate control over what's happening on the battlefield. And if I don't want my team to engage, you're giving me the agency to not do that. However, if bullets are flying and I'm 3 bullets from dying, maybe let my team chime in. Like, that's a contingency. I don't know who the decision maker in the game design was for that variable. But I think the way you're doing it, because there's so many fights where it's like, oh, I forgot to go into my fucking action wheel. And, like, because in a real fight, I'm going to yell out fucking contact, and then it's over. We're killing. I don't have to fucking pull up a watch and do all this shit and, like, oh, let me mechanically tell my dumbass team of supposedly special forces operators to engage in a fight where I'm almost dead. It's the stupidest shit ever. You do it in Wildlands, you do it in Breakpoint, and you do it in all of the older Ghost Recon games I've played, which I've only played like 2 of the older ones from Xbox 360. And it's why I never got into the series. It's like they get the tactics right, but they get the mechanics wrong. Wildlands does it too, and it's the stupidest shit ever. Like, there are fights where they shouldn't engage unless I tell them to. But if I'm almost dead, it's not because I don't want them fighting. It's because in a real fight, if I see these dudes, I'm going to say, hey, contact 12 o'clock. I'll take the one on the right. You take the 2 on the left. That's the end of the conversation. Bullets are flying. Like, doing all this shit is not that. Anyway, so back to the point. Back to the original discussion here. So The whole thing I'm saying here is this is a show, man. And a lot of the things that I'm saying are more than anything else a person who's thinking out loud, right? But why would a dude narcissistically make a show about thinking out loud? Well, one, it's good for my health to think out loud. But why would you do that in front of the public? Well, because I saw a pattern in humanity, especially in America, where we don't think too much anymore. Sure, our minds are occupied, but we're not deliberately thinking about things. We're jumping to a lot of conclusions about things, right? Right? And once we've formed a conclusion, we're finding information that backs up our conclusion. But my friends, that's not thinking. That's just forming conclusions that are, frankly, ill-informed. Right? You've decided that because of how you're wired, this thing that you believe in is right. Everything else is wrong. I'm not going to do any more research on it because I believe it's right. And if in my heart it's right, that means it is. And everybody else who disagrees is wrong and is evil and is some type of phobe or whatever. That's what the extremists do. Most people don't think like I'm saying. They're a little bit more rational. These are very highly neurotic people we're talking about. They're the Hitler personality. In fact, I told one of the woke-ass people, who I actually love, and I told him it in love, not that I hate him. I said, the shit you're saying is actually the exact impetus that led, like, I was like, I don't think you're going to become Hitler. Frankly, I don't think you're good enough. But I also don't think that's what you want. But you do want a world where you're in control and the things that you believe are right have to be done or you're going to be jailing people and killing people. That's Hitler shit. Like, you can't even let somebody have a dissenting idea other than this. Like, for example, one of the ones this person was fired up about was gender pronouns. Like, you either say these words or you're a transphobe. Like, well, wait a minute. Because fucking, first of all, that's disrespectful to the transgender people in my life who don't want to be called any of that shit. Like, you're making an assumption, middle-aged, privileged-ass white lady who isn't trans, for all these fucking people. Who the fuck made you the police? Right? It was basically what I told the person. And I get that some people in the community want to go by these terms. Yes, we should respect that. If you come to me and say, hey, Brian, my name's Mike, but I like to be called Chip. Motherfucker, I'm calling you Chip, because that's respect. Right? But there are people who would say, well, because you won't just blanket these words, you're evil, you're a phobe, you have to die. Literally. That's how they think, because they're neurotic children that never grew up and they lived in a lot of privilege and they don't have a sense of real purpose in their life. So they're making their purpose this fake altruistic saving the world from something that's not threatening it. Anyway, so what will happen, what I foresee happening is a lot of things that I say because they're provocative. There will be people, it's already happened by the way, I'm not talking about some dystopian future, I'm talking about shit I'm watching people do as I get popularity on the internet. They'll just, instead of hitting me up, just say, hey, B, when you said this thing, where were you going? Like, can I get some more context? I'm curious about your thought process on it, because you said some stuff that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. All right, let's talk about it. Because there's a great chance 90% of these shows is rhetoric and fucking satire. Like 10% of it is me actually trying to tell you something. So I'll say outlandish shit just for the sake of the show. That keeps people's attention. That's the hook. And then I feed you the good shit, right? If there is any good shit to be fed. But inevitably, someone will take something I said, make a decision that this is what I meant without asking me. And then I guarantee you, because it's already happened when I was bigger on YouTube. Like, people will take clips of my shit and then just start making videos. This is what he meant. He's evil. I'm like, wait a minute. You didn't even ask me to clarify this statement. You just jumped all the way to that conclusion? That's you? That's what you do? You know, so it's like what people have to understand is these shows are shows first. This is rhetoric. These are ideas. This isn't the truth. This isn't the gospel. And going back to the question, why do you think out loud in front of other people? Well, because I understand that people are at their best when they're exercising their minds. And if I can take my brain out for a spin, bring some other people along with me, guess what the people in the audience are going to be doing? Taking their brain out for a spin on the ideas that we're talking about. And on this show, I don't usually ever ask anybody to land on a conclusion unless I've spent probably 20 years proving that this shit works. For me. And I'm talking to an audience that's like me. That's about the only time I'll tell you, hey, you should probably do it exactly this way. But usually I'll just feed you an idea and say, hey, what do you think about this, people of Earth? Here's kind of where I'm thinking. This isn't my belief. This isn't my gospel. This is a thing that's happening. Hey, what was that? And this is my thought process on it. What do you guys think about it? This is where I'm at with it today. In 10 years, I will think differently about it because I'll probably have more information. And I think we need to start thinking like that more, because one of the reasons why people are so troubled in their lives is the things we're thinking about most of the time are not the things that make us what we want to be, which is ultimately fulfilled. I'm going to be doing a show on this on TikTok soon about the reason why most people are mostly unhappy is because they're chasing happiness. And that's a snake eating its own tail. Happiness, first of all, is a state that you cannot be in 24 hours a day. It means you're nuts, and it would be very unpleasant. All right? And so happiness has been what the consumerist world has conditioned us to chase. But real happiness is found in purpose. Right? So for people to find and define their purpose, and then have the skills and the brain to go out and actually make it happen, there's some things about the way the world works that nobody teaches us. Schools don't. Our parents don't. And there's things that I've learned in my travels in war, running companies, raising a family. Like, there's things that I've picked up that I'm like, damn, my parents didn't know that. And our family not knowing that cost us something. Damn, school never taught me how to do this XYZ thing. Shit. I wish I had learned that. So it's like coming to the people with, hey, I got a lot of life experience in a very short time. And there's some shit going on that you think the world is one way, but it's actually kind of over here when you start digging a little bit deeper than you're being taught to dig by the marketers who sell you things and the fucking entertainment companies disguised as news corporations, which are just selling you Viagra for the fucking impotence that they caused you. Now, that is an example of rhetoric. That's not an absolute true statement. It's also not absolutely false. It's rhetoric. It's words said in a specific order to elicit an emotional response and to get you thinking. Why does Bryant think the news is really just entertainment disguised as the news? Well, because practically and rationally speaking, news corporations, as far as I'm concerned, are paid by advertising companies. Doesn't that sound like a fucking conflict of interest? That the person who's informing me about the problems in the world is selling me the fucking solutions to them? That doesn't sound like a conflict of interest to anybody else. And I know it doesn't, because CNN and Fox News are still going strong. Now, I get those stations are being propped up by an older generation of people that were lied to for fucking 50 years and just not taught better. And then they taught us, and then, we're having challenges because our ignorant ass fucking parents and grandparents didn't understand things about the world that entrepreneurs and people in positions kept from them, because it's like, yo, if we can keep these people fucking stupid, they'll work for us forever. And I'm not talking about some grand conspiracy of the 6 white guys that make all the decisions in the world. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about human entropy. It's part of our human nature to lean towards complacency because it doesn't hurt. And our body doesn't like things that hurt. All right, let's get to the map. I think I have. Wait a minute. There's more to do on this here map, eh? Can I fast travel there? Or is that Colonel Mitchell? I don't need to do any Colonel Mitchell shit today. I do need to do this, though, before I leave the island. And I am the exact opposite end of said island. Now, I killed this place. Where's one of the places I blew up so I can fast travel? Looks like we ain't fast traveling. Looks like we're slow traveling today. It's like we are slow traveling to our objective. We might find a motorcycle along the way, but that's all right. It's a beautiful landscape. We'll take in the sights. Anyway, I say that whole long intro just to say, if and when people start publishing information on the internet that says Bryant hates, Bryant hates kangaroos because of this one little 30-second clip we took of him that's completely out of context. Just play this video for people when somebody thinks I'm out here trying to spread some agenda or a message that's like, no, there's no agenda other than I just want you to use your brain, because when you actually use it, you do good things. When you react emotionally to everything, you do stupid shit. What I need people to do is be thinking. So I'll do these dumbass video game shows, which will get people to show up because people need entertainment for some guy. Like, if I could just sit in a room and talk to all you guys, I would. That doesn't work, by the way. I don't know if you guys checked in. There's no TV shows where you just go into a room and talk to Conan. That's not a jam. So we'll entertain you a little bit, but the purpose is let's get to chatting. Let's have some fun. Let's shoot the breeze. Let's figure this life thing out. At the end of the day, guys, this is a show first. If you didn't see me do it in real life, there's probably some rhetoric and satire and just me generally exaggerating and talking shit, which is my, like, exaggeration, talking, absurdity, exaggeration, and anger are my comedic styles, right? So heavy dose of irony, because irony is what makes me laugh the most. That's why if you look at my favorite comedians, they're pure absurdists because they can hit me with punchlines that I don't see coming. I've seen a lot of shit, so I have a lot of pattern recognition in my life, right? But the whole point of me, and we can get off this topic and get back to what your lives are, and usually when I'm streaming at this time, it's during y'all's commutes or when you're finishing your work day, so hopefully I can grace your travels home with at least something interesting to listen to, if nothing else. But yeah, I just want to say that if and when my awareness of me on the internet picks up to a level where, because like I saw a guy make a video about me a couple years ago saying Bryant's wrong about. I was like, first of all, I never fucking said all that shit that you just made up. You know what I mean? So it's, and I'm not the type of guy who's gonna read and watch all that shit. But it's just like, if it happens, I'm preparing for when, but it's hopefully an if. If it happens, just play them this clip. Be like, no, he didn't actually mean game designers are the worst people on the planet. That was a joke. This is a show. He doesn't actually comprehensively believe that Skyrim is a vapid, empty piece of shovelware. He said that as a joke. He does believe the game deals with things that are vapid and empty, and that the game is a shell of what Bethesda is capable of. But it's still a solid game in a lot of ways that I've beaten twice and played probably 6 times. So let's everybody think a little harder before we jump to conclusions. All right, light them up, gang. All right, I need 3 lights. I need 3 lights. Only got 2. There they go. Smoke them. See what's going on with this tower. Because I'm convinced. You know what? I don't even need to use my drone. Although, tactically speaking, that's going to be a sound move. I'm just trying to save time.
There has to be useful intelligence here.
No sniper on the top side. Anybody on the inside? Wow. That means there's no enemy contact in here, friends. So let's look alive as we step in to the arena. Hey, we should be streaming, just a quick administrative note for, you know, what to be prepared for. We should be streaming tomorrow evening, if I had to guess, somewhere near around the same time as right now. And it'll be me and my sons, actually, and potentially one of my best friends in the world, man. You guys have seen him on the show. Mr. P. Rick. Patrick is his real name. We may all be playing Minecraft tomorrow night. So, with that in mind, ooh. Definitely don't need that. Yo, yo. Don't have any. No, dude, I just told you I don't have any. I love your persistence. But for the love of Christ, if I just tell you no, just go with that. God, I hope he keeps that persistence into adulthood. Because it's really going to help him in his career. It drives me fucking nuts as his dad, but in his career, whoo, he's going to kill with that level of persistence. He gets it from his, well, I guess he gets it from me and his mom. I'm like that too. If I really want something, I'm not going to leave you alone about it. I'm going to bother the shit out of you. Maybe not so much anymore because I have a lot of the things I want. And that's something I was thinking about too with this TikTok video I was talking about making about happiness. You know, I'm at a point in my life where a lot of the dreams I had as a young person, and this is a weird thing to think about, a lot of the dreams I had as a young, and by young I mean like a teenager, right? Or like all these dreams I had as a kid. Hey, my wife's texting me. Hey, love. Oh, that's such great news. Oh! Oh, shit. Hallelujah to Christ, man. Thank you. One of my family members who's been missing for 2 months was just found. Holy Lord, because I was about to have to make a really hard TikTok video asking people to help us find him. And I just got the text that he's home safe. Whew! That is a weight off the old shoulders there, man. You never know what's going on in people's lives, guys. You never know. This is shit I don't talk about. And I haven't talked about it publicly because, I don't know if that part of the family wants their business in the streets. But good news is, homeboy's home safe. I don't have to make the video. And now, because of that very emotional experience, I forgot what the hell I was talking about. So, we're just going to move on to the next topic. Oh. That's the combat drone we shot down. Okay. Very nice. Now, I could go binoculars because I broke the cardinal rule, which is I took a grenade launcher and got rid of my sniper rifle, which what I'm supposed to do is just get a 203 extension for an M4 or another rifle that can take a 203 and just have grenades. So basically my general loadout is pistol, which I use barely, unless in an emergency. I hate pistols in real life too, so I try not to have to use them. But I don't hate them, but they're the hardest weapon to shoot for me. But it's a rifle with a 203 extension, grenade launcher extension, and then it's a sniper rifle and a pistol. That's my loadout. All right, so now I can put my rifle usually also has a high fire rate, so if I have to get into some CQC where I got to put some heavy steel on something or suppressive fire, I can do that. And then if a helicopter shows up, because that's what happens as you level up in this game, eventually the battles you start, entire armies start coming after you. Helicopter shows up, I just thump, helicopter's gone. And then, if I start the fight from up here on this hill, I've got my sniper rifle, which is what I want to do for this scenario, but now cannot because I got rid of my sniper rifle. Now, what I can do, which is a little bit more clunky, a little bit less enjoyable, is I can just pull out the old binos and do it that way. Okay, so they changed the controls. It's all right. Let's go ahead and smoke the wolf.
The target. Moving in on hostile.
Alright, so doesn't look like there's any enemy contact on the actual objective, so we'll just set up this ambush real quick. And actually, my damn grenade launcher comes in handy. Let's go to work. Here it is. Y'all ready? Get some, gang. Wait, that doesn't shoot? How does me squeezing off a round not take the shot? Damn it. In Wildlands, that worked, so they took that out of Breakpoint. Oh, for Christ's sake. I know those suckers are coming up the hill. I was trying to hit them with my grenade launcher while you took out the damn wolf. And then I put another grenade down range before we have to... Anyway, let me stop bitching and just do the job. How the fuck? One down. Well, now all the other guys are over here. Hey, two of us could play that explosives game. That's right. I didn't tell my team they're allowed to fight, even though I'm throwing grenades at people. Dumb shits. Yeah, video games will actually be dope when we have actual dope voice recognition. Tactical shooters will get super dope when I can just call out what I want to happen. Hey, Wolf, 12 o'clock, fucking smoke him. I don't need to do a weird RBY button combination to tell my team to not let me die. This is why you gotta have military advisors on these fucking games, because it's you get so much, one of the things I wanted to praise about this game is the fireman's carry. Look at my body move when I fireman's carry. The visual designers that capture that are geniuses. So thank you for the effort you put into me fireman's carrying, making somebody look realistic, but can you make combat not stupid? Can you give me teammates that are actually capable? And this is something I've been talking about in video games since Mass Effect. I get it. These machines and AI aren't that powerful. It's doing the best it can. But then, I got a wagon wheel. I just accidentally cooked off a grenade trying to tell my team to hold fire. Because the buttons are close together. That's just a bad design choice. I get it. If I'm sniping people and we're still quiet and undetected, my team should not attack unless I've told them to. Because if I'm quietly sniping people and nobody knows we're here, excellent. If I'm in a firefight and rockets are being launched at me, maybe jump in, gang. My team doesn't need to be told in a real... And that was the... I think I reviewed Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter years ago. And no bullshit, I think the review said... Or I at least said this. I don't remember if I reviewed it. Like, you mean to tell me I'm on a special forces team, right? I'm a part of an ODA. I'm part of a fire team. And you want me to believe that my team is too stupid to take cover when a helicopter shows up to kill us because I didn't tell them to take cover. Now, that to me screams game designer that doesn't know shit about battle. Because there's not a soldier on the goddamn planet, not alive anyway, who's going to see a helicopter come up over the fucking ridge line and not be like, hey, probably need to take some cover here and not die. Now, certainly, leaders on the battlefield are going to be yelling, take cover, right? Because you need to make sure everybody knows the fucking helicopter's here. But this is a 4-man fire team. They're standing next to me. They saw the helicopter, right? If I'm commanding a company, yeah, yell something. But at the same time, the game is trying to replicate that with clunky menu presses and button combinations. Wrong answer. Like, it's clear you didn't design this with military shit in mind. It's just a game designer trying to do what I say game designers fuck up all the time, which is you tried to give the player agency. But this is one of those times where you should have pulled a Peter Molyneux. The thing he gets criticized for by the games holding hands too much. Love every minute of that hand holding because it doesn't waste my damn time. Yeah, I love that there's a yellow line telling me exactly where to walk. Saves me time. So anyway, let's get this thing going. Let's figure this out. I got the intel, and now I need to go to the Archipelago website in this game to look at the intel because the game forces you to do that or it yells at you. I don't care about any of this. Why are you making me read it? Just give me the next map marker. Nobody cares. Oopsie. Oops, I did it again. Ran up on a damn supply case again and did not do the necessary due diligence. We're going 21 kilometers. That, my friends, is grounds for a fast travel. Although we could just do the Colonel Mitchell. Oh shit, we can fast travel there, and we could get another helicopter there. Hell yeah, we could do the Colonel Mitchell move here as well and knock out a couple of birds on one island. Paul, what's up, man? Long time. Paul C. Mental says, sup, B? The old Rainbow Six 3 series touted voice comms as a big feature. Love telling my team to breach and push, flash and run. Yeah. Rainbow Six had that. Rainbow Six. Oh, shit.
Target Sphinx is an old colleague of yours, Anthony Berkeley. Went over with Walker. Sphinx is Stone's hitman on their op against the U.S. He's there to take out anyone that could disrupt it. We don't have a location, but our intel says he resupplied at a nearby camp. Get over there and interrogate Sentinel officers. Someone must know where he went.
You won't be shitting on the ghost name much longer. Nomad out.
Ooh. Alright, let's deploy bivouac. Let's get us some level up juice. Let's get a helicopter and let's go blow up some things. Now then. Yeah, so Rainbow Six, Vegas was my joint. It had I think it had voice commands as well. Maybe it didn't. Rainbow Six Vegas had the face recognition. So the character I was playing in my game, I had the Microsoft camera. The character I was playing in my game had my face, and it did a fantastic job of it. And why did no other video games do that? Like, you want to sell some Microsoft cameras? Let me put my face on my face in Skyrim. You know how many people would have lost their fucking mind if they could have put their own face on the face in Skyrim? Why in Christ's name was that not every video game after it? You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense to me. Let's see, what can I craft? I'm out of a lot of things. But, oh, no, I'm maxed out. I'm not out of it. Look at the numbers. I do need new rocket launcher stuff, though. Right. All right, got my rocket launcher, Jesus. Let's get my prep. What do we want? Injury resistance, fatigue resistance, drone speed. Let's go accuracy. We haven't done that one yet. But yeah, Rainbow Six Vegas had the face recognition, which was awesomeness. Very much awesome. Mass Effect 3 had the voice commands. It did not work very well, from what I remember. But I appreciated that they tried. It was like, yeah, I want in a tactical game where you're gonna make me, because like for real, if this is a team, a small fire team of operators, half the shit this game's making me do, it wouldn't. You just these cats know what to do, and we would have had extensive rehearsals and briefings before we went to do any of these missions. So it's like a lot of the shit would happen on autopilot without having to say anything. But of course, there's tons of crosstalk and talking on the battlefield because you got to keep people abreast of what's happening. But anyway, damn it, all my Perrier bottles explode. Someone want to educate me on why that's the case? It's not like I'm out here shaking the damn bottles. Like this bottle itself has been sitting still for 3 days. I don't know why it's still exploding on me. Anyway, I got my helicopter, got my water. Let's get it. But yeah, voice commands, I think, are going to be the future of smartphones and a lot of this gaming shit. Because the interfaces, like you guys always hear me kind of jokingly shit on Apple. I don't like their products that much, although I will say their Logic software, easily my most favorite music production software ever. So I will give Apple credit for that. But not a big fan of their devices. I'm more not a fan, like their devices are sleek and well designed and gorgeous. I'm just not a big fan of their design philosophies. With the closed system horse shit, and if I don't like a feature, I can't get rid of it because we're Apple and we know better than our customers what they like. Fuck you. Right? But what makes me hate smartphones isn't that, engineers aren't, sacrificing their lives to make them awesome. It's that I have big hands and touchscreens suck. Like, there's no way I could. Maybe I could. Maybe I should try this. Like, I would have to basically train myself to the level of like military training to be able to properly hit the keys on a touchscreen. Because my hands are not that consistent. I don't have the like locked in dexterity that every time I want to hit I, it doesn't hit you. Right? And so I can't type a complete sentence on a smartphone to save my life, and it's maddening because I have OCD issues. So it's like for me, fucking up sentences constantly, I can go into like rage. So it's like for me, like please, can you get to the point where I just say the sentences and people see them? Because I'm tired of this two-finger tapping shit. Like vocal recognition will get much better, and that'll be the way we type. Like I'm already doing it now in Signal with a lot of you, because most people that watch the show are my mentees in my 300 Spartans program. So it's like it's so much easier to just send you a voicemail that's 38 seconds long than trying to type out this ridiculously long message that I'm misspelling every third word. And it's funny, like Apple's spell check sucks worse than other phones. It's like after all these years, it still doesn't know that I'm spelling my name. Hey, come on, man. Like Android, I'm sure there's a feature that I didn't turn on. Like you got to watch tutorials to get your iPhone set up properly when you buy it. I had to watch a tutorial like, hey, when you get your iPhone, turn all this shit off, turn this off, turn that off, turn this thing on. Please don't be Sam. Please don't be Sam. Even if you are Sam, I got out of sight, so that's all that matters. When you're flying later in the game on some of the harder maps, stay low. Stay low to the ground as much as you can, because there's air defense. The people that run these countries have inexhaustible resources. These hoes can build air defense launchers everywhere, apparently. Let me not hit a tree. Alright, so nothing came up on the back end, so I must either have stayed low enough, or maybe that thing wasn't a SAM. Alright, I need to get low once we get over this ridge line. Let's get it. Ooh, that only covered 4 kilometers. Got our work cut out for us. That is, I mean, the art design on this game, though, is money. Look at that. Like, an artist had to come up with this. Look at this. Like, let's appreciate it for a second, man. You guys know I shit on stuff that's wrong, but let's show some love to these cats when they do something right. Look at that, dog. An artist had to come up with that. And I think we don't take enough time to appreciate how good some of these damn games look to us. Because we're so used to games looking good, we just kind of take it for granted. An artist had to come up with, at one point, someone's going to fly through this ridgeline and see this really cool helipad and, like, futuristic building airport looking structure. And I'd fly closer to it if I didn't think the helicopter would get shot down by all the enemies that I can see there. But that's awesome. The visual design in this game, like the frame rate may have some serious problems, and I'm playing on Xbox One S. Before anybody starts screaming, well, if you played it on PC, yeah, shut the fuck up. Obviously, I'm not. So, frame rate's got issues. But these visuals, man, and like the visual fidelity is obviously last gen, but the conceptual design and the color scheme and the lighting of the art, woo, this game gets it, man. And there's definitely some places in Wildlands that are like that too. So there's one wide open field in the middle of this valley that's like, oh, it's gorgeous. They've actually used it in some of their marketing material, that exact field, because it's beautiful. But I will say, I seem to be experiencing that more often in Breakpoint, like just flying over a place I've never been before and seeing this thing the artists made. There's so much of that in this game, and that's awesome, man. Uh-oh, air defense. That's definitely air defense. Get low. Get your ass low. Get your ass low, damn it. That's fine. They can shoot, but it better not hit us with a damn missile. Alright. I think we're in the clear. Need to not get too high on altitude. Yeah, I hear you. Am I back on the mainland yet? Because then I won't be taking so many damn air defense situations. Hopefully. At least most of the places I've flown on the mainland, I haven't had the air defense issues. But air defense picks up in this game, which is a cool challenge to hit the... Yeah, see, look. You fly over the ridgeline and you get this view of this fantastical, futuristic... well done. I think this game took a lot of deserved punches in the face, but it shows the commitment of the people working on it to still try to, like, they had something here that was really awesome. I guarantee you there was just some leaders in the chain of command who fucked shit up, because Wildlands was already just short of perfect for me for shooters. And then they made stuff in this game worse than Wildlands, and that's a leadership issue. It's like when shit's already working and people start changing shit up, and like everybody unanimously agrees, like, hey, come on, man, this is worse. Like, taking cover in this game is not as tight as it was in Wildlands. Why didn't you? And like, this game was, at least in the early phases of it, it played to me more like Division 2 than Wildlands, and that pissed me off because I was like, please don't make this a Division game. I do not want bullet sponge enemies that take 17 shotgun shots to the face before they die. Please don't do this to me. Can we just have a nice tactical shooter experience? But like I said, I just want to appreciate these game designers when they come up with something dope. These artists, man, are some super... Like, think about the talent. I mean, I know the frame rate sucks right now, but the talent it takes to even draw something that looks like this and have the symmetry and the scope and the depth, and like, that's fucking awesome to me. I think we take that for granted a little bit too. Like, we spend so much time talking about the things that games don't do. Let me speak for myself. I speak so much about what games don't do. You know, or I speak about the things they do that are frustrating, like the nonsensical method of storytelling. And I think that's because publishers treat storytelling as a necessary evil and an afterthought. And they're like, just make a game, we'll shit a story on top of it, and these kids won't know the difference. And it's like, they're starting to know the difference, because these stories that you're asking us to pay attention to for 40 hours, they're bad. And why are you making us do this? Why are you making me listen to these uninteresting people? Stay low. Stay low. She might have to hug a Might have to hug a mountain here to not take a missile in the ass. Oh yeah. Just doing a mic check right there to make sure we're still on. Oh, enemies. I'm too high. Get low, get low, get low. Stay in defilade as much as you can, baby. How far to the... Oh. So that one's actually closer. Even though perspective-wise it looks further away. Oh. Are they both the same mission? They are. Just a little bit of 808. Alright, what are we dealing with here? It's probably not just land on the front door. Probably a bad idea. Let's give them the appearance that we're just a regular old patrol helicopter, and then we're gonna come up on that sneak up. Can he land a helicopter on the top of a rock face? This another death-defying feats? Nope, he cannot. On this week's edition of the Collector vs. Wild show. And he did it. He did it, ladies and gentlemen. This fool landed a helicopter on the side of a mountain. And it's probably going to fall off the side of the mountain. Hey, it was a good run, helicopter. Appreciate everything you did for us. Actually, it doesn't look like you blew up. Might still be able to use you. Alright, so I didn't have a good look at this cliff face. Oh, now it did blow up, so much for that. I didn't have a good look at this cliff face before I just decided to land on it. Oh well. That's life. Get your ass up. This is that same Death Stranding bullshit. Like, dude, just climb up the hill. It's not that steep. Get your ass up here. Alright, let's light him up. Looks like we're gonna have... Oh, damn it, we got civvies. It's the worst part of battle. Fucking civilians on the battlefield. Take your asses home. I guess, technically, this isn't a battlefield. We're making it that. We're in their house, so... My indignation is not really all that righteous. Alright, let's take Wesley Snipes out here first.
Maneuvering in position. All set. Getting in position. Maneuvering now.
Thank you, lady.
Hostile in sight.
Alright, one up. Two up. Smoke.
Prepared to fire. Got them. They're down.
Damn it! I hit the button wrong. I jerked the controller before I pulled the trigger.
Be advised. Hostiles are...
That's fine. I was going to take all three of them out with one hit. I got one of them.
Roger. Moving to target.
Cool part is they have no idea where this destruction is coming from, so I can just keep doing this to them. And that's something that's different about this in Wildlands. Wildlands was more like Far Cry games in that you could be much more easily discovered. Hit him before he gets in the door.
Ready
Damn it, he got in the door before I hit him.
Okay, Ghost Lead. Clear.
God damn it.
Friendly.
Damn, how many times I gotta hit a dude with a grenade? You know, when the first grenade went off, I'm thinking the civilian should have gone home. Like, why are you still hanging out at the facility? Like, yeah, let's evacuate everybody. Or I guess maybe they would have done a shelter in place. Because like, don't go outside. There's grenades landing.
Spotted one. There.
So we got a drone going nuts.
Okay, let me see what we got here.
Roger that. Moving out.
Take it easy. Turret ahead.
Roger. Thanks for the heads up.
Moving. Ready,
Smoke.
Cleared. They're gone.
Good hits.
I love her drone that lets me see that. Oh, she's fantastic. Is that a dude that's still alive, groaning around here? Headshot.
Clean kill, no man.
Forgot to give my team the orders that they're allowed to fight.
Rock and roll.
Damn, nice. You let a dude just run up on me and flank me. Good teamwork. Yeah, Suba was right. They did put the AI teammates in this game, but I feel like they're not as good as Wildlands. I feel like the Wildlands teammates were a little bit better refined. And I could be wrong. It's been a year since I played that game. Maybe I was just as frustrated with the AI teammates. Did you just run past an enemy combatant and let his ass live? Or is that a civilian? What in the hell is wrong with you? Okay, now I see why they didn't kill him. I can get intel from him.
Got anything to tell me? You've heard it all. I swear.
Hang tough, man. Not gonna hurt you. Not gonna hurt you.
I don't want
Greetings, stranger.
Please.
I hope you can tell me something about this.
I don't remember more.
Appreciate your help.
Yes, indeed I do.
Battery's out. We'll do this without it. Fix it. Wake up over there. You hit us.
No, I did not. I didn't even shoot nothing. Wait, who shot a civilian? Nobody even discharged a weapon.
Oh God, you're not supposed to. Who the hell are you?
I'm the pimp of the year. Who are you?
There might be some intel here.
Hey. I need to know how to find this place. Can you help?
I may have a location for you.
Ooh.
Thanks, stranger.
Got some more intel, y'all. Wait a minute. Point. Here we go. This dude just in here on his computer. Everybody outside got murdered. This dude just hanging out at his computer. Chilling hard. Like Jake Gyllenhaal. They just chilling hard like Jake Gyllenhaal. That's all he's doing. Ain't nothing to it. Just, oh, grenades? No, I'm cool. I'm going to stay here and get a couple more of these spreadsheets knocked out. Ryan Motley in the house. Nice of you to stop by, Mr. Motley. Good to see your face. Or the virtual representation of your face.
What are you doing?
Chilling. What are you doing here? Other than being dumb, you should have left. We killed everybody. Why you just stay here when we were shooting everybody in the face? I mean, we weren't trying to shoot you. We were trying to help you. You just stood there and let us shoot people. You should have gone home. There's something. Okay. Not to leave me forever. Another staircase. Unexpected. Aha! I told you. Oh! We about to get my gun. Finally found my favorite gun in the game, ho. Give me it! Oh, I love it! I'm kicking ass all night now. Oh, I didn't even know that was there. I didn't even look it up on the map. I just found that in the wild. Just randomly. It was not premeditated. I finally got my favorite gun in the game. Man, we ready to rock. I'm going to get me a 203 launcher on the base of that. And then I'm going to get me a good old Wesley Snipes. And then we going to... Shit, we got killing to do, baby. It's kill 30 out here. I need to go download the clip of the ball stab video so I can get that ready for TikTok. That one was good. I was laughing at my own shit watching that. I was like, damn, that was pretty good. All right, we got a couple more minutes, folks, and then I'm going to check on some kids, make sure they're eating dinners, make sure they're getting in beds. But we will be here for another few minutes. Ryan Motley says, actually, be right back. Got to order a pizza. I'll take 2 large heartburns, 1 thin crust of pepper. 2 large heartburns. Are you eating with a friend, Ryan? Why are we eating 2 pizzas? We need to talk about something? And you getting heartburn from pizza? What kind of pizzas are you eating that's giving you heartburn, brah? We got to fix that. Yes, Christopher. Can you do what? Yes. This child cannot be left alone for more than 12 minutes. Or not alone. He can't not come talk to one of his parents for every 12 minutes. He's got 17 brothers he's hanging out with. Come on, man. Let's get a big hug in here. Not being nosy. That's what I'm doing. Not your favorite thing, which is I'm not being nosy. Nosy man. I'm streaming. I am streaming, and you keep knocking on my door. But you knocked on my door for a hug, so that's acceptable. I always have time for a hug. No, and I know that's why you really came up in. No, you're not drinking up all my Sprites. And it's not a Sprite. Why do you keep calling? I don't drink Sprite. So water. I know. I'm just teasing you. You're fine. I pick on people that I like. It means I like you a lot because I pick on you. All right, big hug. Oh, I love you so much, man. You're a wonderful young man, and I'm very blessed to have you in my life. Thank you, sir. Now, go to bed or do something. I'm almost done. I was literally getting ready to come check on you, but I was like, oh, I hit the 12-minute mark. Chris will be here soon. Love you. Bye. I will. Clem, what up? Suba says, poke bar for me, double salmon. Poke bar, double salmon and brown rice with miso. Oh, poke bar. Duh. So what the fuck is Suba talking about? Nothing better than fresh sushi. Sushi. Okay. I do like a good sushi. I do like a good sushi. I don't like seafood that much, but salmon is tolerable. Actually, I think salmon's my favorite fish, but it's the one that tastes like bacon. So, of course, the fish I like is going to be the one that tastes the best. Smells the least like... Never mind. Can't say anything anymore on the internet. People get mad. He referenced a woman's body part, which means he's a sexist and a homophobe and a racist. And he should be shot in front of everybody on television. All right. I thought that was a drone. Oh, it was. Several. Damn. Army of drones, guys. Wake up. Wake your asses up. We got incoming.
Getting in position. Ready to shoot. Target's in my crosshairs.
Hurry. I need 3. Of course, I effed mine up. Yeah, keep buzzing around. You still don't know where I'm at. Peace, bitch. Oh, damn it. The obligatory damn plane flying over the location as soon as you get here. So you have to hide in the mud because Ubisoft wanted me to experience this gimmick 7,000 fucking times. They did it in Far Cry 5 too, and it's stupid. It's so dumb. Like, why? It just makes me lay down. But like, this is all this does. This is all this mechanic does, is make me lay here and not touch the controller for 8 seconds while the fucking plane goes away from the screen. Whatever leader's idea, hey, we should have a mechanic where planes fly over and can see everything. You're fired. And here's why I have beef with it. Not because that's fake or it couldn't happen. You could use drones or whatever. It just wastes the player's time. There's no reason for me to hide in the mud 9 times. Like, I did it once. That was cool. I got it. You made a nice gimmick. Now get the fuck out of here and let me play the damn game.
Investigate for intel.
Your mama's intel. Wait, I wasn't still right. And that's another thing, man. When I stop pushing forward on the controller, you stop going forward. Not this, we need to take 6 more steps and shit. Get out of here. All right, good. Here's the intel you want me to read. And I'm totally not going to read whatever text comes up here. That's not happening. I'm not here to read all the lore they tortured some poor soul to write in this stupid-ass game. Get your lore the fuck out of here. Got time for that shit. Suba says, it's also a pain in the ass when you're in the middle of an operation and it gives away your position. I never notice until it's too late. Yeah, it's just they're trying to add shit to these games to add more value. Because they don't want to just put out the same exact thing over and over again. That wouldn't work. So it's like, hey, what can we add to the game? And it's the typical bureaucrat, let's do some super tactical bullshit that nobody asked for. And the audience will love it because I'm totally out of touch with humanity. But what the real thing to do is take Wildlands, arguably the greatest shooter of all time, and just make everything about it slightly better than it was, and make some new maps. You know, craft a new story if you need to have a story for all the fucking story nerds that can't get enough of these shitty stories, and then give us the game. I don't need robots or the gimmick where I hide in the dirt that you borrowed from Far Cry 5 or shitty cover mechanics like from Division 2. Like, just bring Wildlands back, change the maps, change the story a little bit, and refine what made that game great. And just let us have a little more of it. And while you're at it, because you're able to copy and paste so much of it, do your customers a solid. Sell it as a game as a service. Instead of $80 a year for these games, or whatever it costs, or I guess it's $120 a year, right? Just charge me $5 a month. Now, I would prefer to play the 120 because I don't want to do this whole digital world horseshit. It's like, lower the price. Do your fans a solid, and they'll keep coming back. And you're not lowering the price to, you know, try to gimmickly get people to buy it. You're doing it altruistically to say, hey, we're making a new game. It's dope. It's even better than the first. But truth be told, we're using a lot of the first to build this new thing, so we're going to be able to reinvent the wheel a little bit. We're going to take a little bit off the money top. We're going to take a little bit off the top for you. Just because we love you guys. And you could probably stand to save some money in COVID. It would go so far to tell your audience, and by the way, it's not about the money, it's about the sentiment. It would go a million miles to a guy that's struggling with COVID but wants to have a little bit of entertainment in his life, save a few extra bucks. Fuck yeah.
That guy's got a chopper on. Stay low.
But what do I know? Not a lot. Ooh, that fire rate is murderous. Oh, he was dying. I'm like, why is that dude still not dead? It's like, he is. He's just taking a minute to fall over. Got it. 805 Bren. I wonder what secrets they put in this game, similar to Wildlands. For example, when you fight, spoiler alert, in Ghost Recon Wildlands, you fight the Predator from the movie The Predator. It's an annoying as shit fight. Once you learn how to do it, though, it's actually kind of easy. Because there's almost an exact pattern to it, or a number of patterns that work. That if you just go to YouTube, there's a guy that shows you, like, just stand here, and it works. Because the Predator's just so super powered. Like, even when you're max level, he can still just dismantle you in 3 shots. And he can basically appear anywhere around you 360 degrees. So there are these 2 places on the map that you can keep switching between that don't let him kill you, and then you just eventually beat him after you shoot him 4,000 times or whatever. I wonder what the secret is if they put one in this game. Like, do we get to fight the Terminator? That'd be like that was a nice touch. Like, yeah, nostalgic. It's a cool fight, and most importantly, when you beat the Predator, you get a cool ass item after the fact. There's a lot of cool ass items in Wildlands, like the stealth backpack. Like, that guy needs to make every video game forever. Where are you, stealth backpack dude? Or lady? Maybe it's a lady. I don't know. Somebody in there. Or maybe it's neither. Maybe it's one of you neutral cats. Right? Whoever it is, please, more of you. Oh, this is a breach and clear zone. All right, let's get it. I got this. Oh, is it going to make me figure it out on my own? Okay, I'll buy that. All right. All right, take your positions, team. They're going to come flying out of here like roaches.
That guy spotted.
That is not what I was trying to do. Let's go ahead and pick that up. Actually, you know what I can do? I don't even do all that. Let's do this. Come get some, hoes. Come on, turkey shoot, guys. What are you doing?
Get some.
All right, fuck it. I'll push in then. Since none of my team wants to do it. Yeah, the AI teammates are worse in this game. I'm not ready to officially say that, but it's damn hard not to say it. The AI teammates just don't seem as sharp. Really? Is that 12 rounds I put in his back and he was still able to turn around and still had a little fight in him after he had 12 rounds in his spine? Idiots. Ubisoft just can't allow you to kill people with one bullet. Yeah, let the reinforcements come on up here and get this ass whooping. Alright, suppressive fire. Let's push through. Let's also turn off the alarm, I guess, while we're at it. Of course it is. And I still don't have my 203. So the breach missions happen a little bit different in this one. That's cool.
Battery's drained. Drone's out of the game.
Kinetic. Don't you stay in the freaking doorway. Get your ass out of there. Alright, there's nobody here. I don't need to be quite so neurotic.
Blasted him.
Alright, yet another one of these freaking scavenger hunts for treasure chests. I could do without the hiding the treasure chests in these buildings part. Let's see, kids. Oh, who shot this person? I don't think that was me. Ooh, I can't see what weapon this is because the Pin of an unavailable mission. Dude, just let me see the weapon we're talking about here. Okay. Oh, we're good. I need to finally go buy our helicopter, gang. I don't... Did somebody come up to this room and clear it? Because it certainly wasn't me. Shit, maybe it wasn't me and I just missed the treasure.
Bad guy over there. I hit one.
Finally, you did something. Imagine that.
Coming to you.
Let's see. Suba says, you do cool Easter eggs like that on passion projects like Wildlands, not money-making franchises like it turned into with Breakpoint. That's an interesting idea. Yeah, so you finished this game. Are you saying there was no secret like that in this one? It's weird, man, because there's things I like better about Breakpoint than Wildlands, and then there's, obviously, I think Wildlands is the better game overall for me. There's things about Breakpoint, like I like that Nomad is a little bit more of not just a generic voiceless character. Like if you're going to make me listen to a story, don't do the silent protagonist. I hate that. I'm sure there's people that like it, so it should exist, but I don't like it. But yeah, and what I think I remember is Breakpoint was handled by a different team at Ubisoft, which I think is part of the problem too. And for whatever reason, they started bringing, like, there's clearly some Division 2 shit, like the drones and all that. It's like, oh god, just leave the damn Division 2 shit out of it. And Division 2 wasn't terrible. I actually didn't hate it like I thought I was going to. I even finished it. I don't think I platinumed it. I don't think I had the strength to platinum that game.
Something's weird.
Nicely done. That's hostile. That guy alerted.
I shot him in the balls 3 times and in his shooting arm once. And this hoe was still trying to acquire a target with an elbow that he didn't have anymore. That's what I'm talking about with the combat advisors. Like, Ubisoft loves enemies that just can't be killed. You don't need to make the fodder enemies not pussies. It's fine. I don't need to have a challenge on a guy I'm still in a car from. Save that for the bosses. Drive over everything, baby. We ain't tripping. I love this how rocks are able to turn your vehicle around. I think the physics of these games is just like, fuck it! You know, fuck, you know, inertia. Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure that's not what would have happened in the world of physics, but I could be wrong. Could be dead wrong. Maybe that's exactly, maybe the physics are perfect, and I just am an idiot with physics. It certainly feels wrong. Never driven a car up a difficult hill and had these issues. I've certainly had to drive a Humvee up some difficult terrain, or at least be in a Humvee when it's being driven over difficult terrain. I don't remember it being this hard. Convoy. Light him up, lady. Actually, Fix-It's on the turret today. Everybody good? Go get that gun. This is the thing I would change too about this game. I would, I'm not doing this, by the way. The game is totally freaking out with the truck moving like that. I have nothing to do with the flashes on screen. That is all the game. What I would do in this particular game with this rating the trucks and shit, I would, I'm gonna have to move the truck to do this. That is hilarious. I would just, as soon as you kill everyone, whatever this thing is, I would just put it in the player's inventory. Does that break immersion? Maybe, but it saves the player a lot of time of having to watch these loading screens of hopping in and out of vehicles. It just like anything to save, like what I know is coming in the future is whatever saves the player time, you're going to have to do it because players are going to get less and less patient. Like right now, people bitch about games being too short, but that will hit, I think, an inflection point where people start complaining about them being too long. Because I've been doing that for 10 years, and I'm usually 10 years early to the party of every, human psychology. Like shit bothers me before it bothers other people or whatever. But it may not bother anybody, and what I'm saying may never happen. But I think there's going to have to be brevity added to these games because we're producing them at scale, and nobody's going to be able to finish all this shit. So anything to save the player time I think is going to get important in these games. And you're seeing it. Breakpoint's already doing it. That's one addition this game did that I loved, which was the dialogue with the NPCs is one sentence. I don't need to listen to you pontificate. Like, hey, can you tell me where this is? Yeah, it's over here. All right, bet. Thank you. I did not need to listen to NPCs. Well, back when I was 13, I once dated a young gal, and there was a tree up on Bleecker Street that... Kill this guy. Give me the information. I'm going to put my rifle barrel in your throat. Oh. This one's just like, hey, where's the gun at? It's over here. I bet. Map marked. Thank you. Anything to save the player time, I think, is going to get really important as games get more and more complex and people's time gets less and less available. Whoa, this vehicle, though, is also very hard to drive compared to the other ones. You want me to go down here? This game's weird. What's up, fellas? Good? Alright, good. Fix-It got on that sniper rifle kick. That's my man. Fix-It, you might be the most improved warrior on this whole trip, man. You jumped into my truck, dog. You dove into the truck. Like I told you, the AI ain't too bright. He tried to dive out of the way, ended up diving under the wheel of my truck. Oh, please be bad guys. Please be bad guys. Please don't be good guys, because I'm going to run you over. Oh, yes. And my friends, this is where we're going to break it because it is getting later and I need to go make sure my kidaloins are squared away. I know mommy's with him, but I want to go give him some love too. So with that in mind, I want to bid you all a fond adieu. Like I said, we will be streaming tomorrow night. I don't know the time yet. I imagine it'll be somewhere around now-ish. With my sons. Three of my sons may be playing tomorrow. The one you just heard come in here a minute ago may actually be on the stream tomorrow night. It'll be interesting. Be prepared. Let me prepare you for what it's like to be on a show with my kids, because I do play with them off camera. With my older son, it's kind of like me. But my middle son, who's going to be on the stream, and I don't know if he kind of grew out of this, he never stops talking. So he's kind of like his dad. But he's not talking to the audience. He's just yelling gibberish and other things at the other players in the game and laughing maniacally nonstop. So be prepared for absolute bedlam on this stream tomorrow. But we'll be streaming Minecraft. It should be me, a couple of my boys, and then my buddy P. Rick, if he gets back to town on time or within time to hang with us. We're going to do that. I am currently working on 2 live seminars that I'm going to be teaching. I haven't decided if we're going to make them private or public. They will be free, no doubt, but I haven't decided if they're going to be private or public. Those 2 seminars are going to be what is the first one's called first, second doesn't really matter. One of them is called the virality equation, and it's going to be a short live call that I do where I just teach everybody the formula for what makes videos go viral. And so the formula is taken from the book Contagious by Jonah Berger. He's a PhD out of Harvard who did some studies on what makes people pay attention to things. It's a great book. If you're in marketing or if you're an influencer, I think it's a must read because it'll teach you some of the things I'm going to be sharing on the call. But what his formula, and I don't want to say lacks because he's not wrong, but what I've added to the formula is the answer to the question. I think this is all theory. All of this shit is theoretical, guys, because we're still figuring it out. So this lesson will probably have to be updated in 10 years when we find out that I was an idiot and it was all wrong. But it will be hopefully what inspires that person who figures out the real thing. You know, they can use what I came up with to then come up with better shit. Kind of like a constitution. We start it, but then you guys should make it better. So the viral equation, what is missing from the book is the answer to the question, okay, so you've shown us what makes videos or any type of content, because I can talk about it from video, I can talk about it from blog, I can talk about it from Facebook posts, I've done all of it. I could talk about running a social media platform that's failing and then using video games to attract, like using games on my site to attract people to the site. I've done it all. All right, so the one question the book doesn't answer, though, is, okay, if this is the formula that makes things go viral, why, when I apply the principles, is it not a guarantee that my content is going to go viral? And so the video is going to explain that answer to that question. It adds a variable to the equation, right? It's going to add a variable to the equation of virality, right? And that variable answers the question why things don't always go viral even though they should. And so I believe once people understand that variable, they'll create content very differently. And more importantly, they'll set better expectations for the performance of their content. Right? No longer will you just think, oh, this is clearly going to go viral. It's like, no, I did everything I was supposed to do, but I still need to be prepared for this not to go viral. So if you look at all my viral videos, all the ones I produced, when I launched them, I knew, hey, this has the potential to kill. And then when they went viral, it's like, okay, cool. But believe me, I've got other videos where I was like, yep, this has the potential to kill, and they still only have 2,000 views. And that variable that we're going to talk about on that live mentoring training call is going to explain how to, because you can't guarantee it. There is no way to guarantee virality. That's the kind of the punchline of the show. But I will show you methods that you can use to get better odds with it, and it's simply a better understanding of psychology. It's a better empathy for the human animal and the way that we think and behave. And when you have that, it's like, oh, yeah, that's why I made this really viral thing that nobody watched. Like I did a video, I learned this lesson pretty hard last year. I made some content, I think so it was like George Floyd was going on. It was, or I guess it was 2 years ago. All my shit, or whenever it was. I get my time in my head sometimes gets spacey. But the bottom line is all that shit was going on in the world. It was ripe and recent. And so I made this video that was completely unempathetic to the fact that most people watch the news and listen to all this shit all day that I pay zero attention to. Right? Did I know George Floyd happened? Of course. Did I know the details of it? Of course. But I'm not watching CNN around the clock to see new clips and fucking opinion pieces on it so that I can be depressed by the end of the day. Right? Like everyone is. And that's why they're in their text messages, blowing up my family text messages, bitching about Trump. And it's like, you're depressed. Turn your fucking television off. It'll help you. And then we don't have to listen to you bitch in our group text about whatever's wrong with life today. But it was totally unempathetic to the fact that most normal people do doom scroll, do watch CNN, do watch Fox News, and they're terrified. And I'm cool. Like, I'm outside doing workouts. I wasn't worried. And so, like, people were really negatively reacting to what I was saying. And what I was saying had nothing to do with any of the political culture. It was actually a philosophical discussion. But because I lacked empathy for the audience's emotional state, and don't get me wrong, that video went viral. It just went viral in a way that it's no longer on my platform because it's just like I can't take the level of stupidity that's going on in this comment section. So it's gone. And everybody missed the point. So it was like I wanted everyone to have this discussion that just turned into a fucking Trump debate. It had nothing to do with Trump. But that's humans, man. What are you going to do? So having that better empathy is going to make you make better content and give you a better chance. And I'm going to show you kind of the bells and how to do that. The second seminar we're going to be doing, and then I'll shut up and get out of here, is I'm going to redo the 5 Pillars of Destiny and make it shorter. I'm going to try to get through it in 15 minutes and then give you guys time to ask me questions versus taking 45 minutes to an hour. so that when I give that course to other people after the fact on the internet, they can get through it quicker and start to apply the principles. And that's what I got for you, man. That is what I got for ye. I love you guys much. We are stronger than I, and I will see you tomorrow night if you're here. Thanks for hanging. Peace.